Cancer, this is your December monthly for December 2024. So your first card is going to be for the energy that's going to follow you through the entire month. And that energy is the Five of Cups. You're going to be able to accept some difficult situations that you've been dealing with lately and be able to move on from them. Anything that you feel like you're leaving behind, remember, you're not leaving them behind. Your time with them just happens to be finished. It also doesn't mean that you're completely done with them, just that you're done with them for now. Don't expect them to come up later, but lessons can always come back around, so you have fully accepted where things are, and you're not carrying them with you on the day-to-day. You're not expecting them to crop up out of nowhere and send you for a loop, so. And you will finally be able to forgive yourself for your part in some things, because you may have not had any choice. But remember, everything that happens this month is just going to allow you to have peace and let things go, which is a good place to be in for the new year. So, your energy at the beginning of the month is going to be the Queen of Pentacles. So you are going to find some kind of financial independence at the beginning of the month. And it's from more of this personal self-care, acceptance of some situations that you're dealing with right now. Be aware that if anybody starts acting a certain way towards you, that could be out of jealousy. Jealousy that you're moving on, jealousy that you're able to make moves that they can't right now. And for the most part, what's holding them back is going to be themselves. So, that is not a you problem. And for week 1, the Eight of Pentacles. You're not so much working on the world around you, but on yourself. Accepting mistakes and learning from the mistakes that you make. If you're making enough that you feel like you're demotivated because of them and like you're not making any progress, stop looking towards the end product. Look at the mistakes, understand how you made them, and this is a process of skills development, and perfectionism is not something you need to seek. It doesn't exist. Perfect doesn't exist. Especially on a self-development path, perfect does not exist, and the biggest part of that is normally going to be to learn how to accept the mistakes, accept the flaws, and almost cherish them. Understand why they exist, and work around them, and that will help you develop skills in dealing with yourself and any issues that may arise. And I know it says misdirected activity on there, or misdirected actions, but I believe that if you're doing anything in the wrong way or wrong direction, it's going to end up being productive for you. And you're going to gain more from it than if you would have done it the right way. The quote-unquote right way. With the King of Swords, It's possible that you're dealing with a Gemini or a Taurus, but I really think this is going to be you dealing with somebody else misusing their power over you, or what they think is power over you. I'm still finding some issues with the King of Swords coming up, and I don't know, every time I'm seeing him, I'm feeling a certain kind of way about him, and it's like someone that's stone facing you and not giving you an answer. If you're dealing with someone who is closed off emotionally and intellectually towards you, I want to say it's because they are actually weak for some reason, and you may not have an issue announcing that weakness and calling it out. Now, if there is something necessary that you need to do, and this other person just decides that, oh, well, you can't do that, and there's no workaround, then they're going to be fully to blame for this. It is possible that this is someone that is trying to do nothing but to throw obstacle after obstacle after obstacle in your pathway, and still expecting you to make progress. This is definitely someone misusing their power and just utilizing it as a way to control and demolish pathways rather than to allow progress, foster growth. This is a quiet control freak that just removes resources for no good reason other than the fact that they can, and still expecting you to... Well, I didn't think you'd have a problem with that. In week 3, we have the Emperor. I do believe that this is where we're going to find ourselves at in the third week, Cancer. I'm also Cancer, so I'm going through all this stuff too, so that King of Swords is really getting me lately, so it's possible that this Emperor in the third week is coming in to make a case for you. Or they're stating something that the King of Swords cannot deny. This almost feels as though this is what the King of Swords is trying to be and is trying to do, but in week 2, that person is doing this in exactly the wrong way. Now, it is possible that this is the King of Swords trying to correct his actions, but I still feel like there is a lack of practicality with this person. And it really doesn't feel like it's a Cancer that's exhibiting these traits. It feels like this is someone that you're dealing with. It almost feels as though in the second week you're dealing with a full-on narcissist, and in the third week he flips the coin and now he is trying to foster stability and pathways, but in that same breath, I want to say he's still trying to maintain control over something that isn't his control. In week 4, the overall energy is going to be taking an idea that you've got and running with it. It's almost as though... Now, it's also possible in the third week that this is a lawyer or some authority figure. Almost maybe even a judge. And he is holding the symbol of life in his right hand, but somehow in the third week, someone may come in and almost give you a new lease on life, or come forward to you with a judgment of a court case that you didn't even know that you were involved in or named in. So someone acting with authority that was bestowed upon them because of somebody else. And that would explain coming out of this reversed energy in the first half of the month. Because all three of those cards, the beginning energy and the Eight of Pentacles and the King of Swords, are all in reverse. But, well, let's see what the last card is. So that upright energy doesn't stay with you through into January, but don't be surprised if this pathway it feels like you have that's made for you in the last part of the month. If this wasn't just someone talking the good talk and trying to get things to go their way, trying to get you on their side so they can manipulate you later, like saying what they need to in order to get you to be on their side. So I'll be very careful believing everything that somebody says. If they say they're going to give you money, if you do this, if you do that, they could very easily just disappear, ghost you. Don't sign anything. Don't sign anything. Especially if it involves being a co-signer on a loan. Unless you are the one obtaining the loan and the check is going to be in your name, I would not enter into any bank accounts or joint ventures with anyone in the month of December. Unless you know exactly what it is that you're signing. And this is your idea that you're going forward with. But this Emperor and this King of Swords in the reverse combo is really bugging me. Because this could also be in the second week someone that has an idea of how they're going to utilize you. And in the third week, they're making a good front for it. Good enough that you believe it and you feel like you can trust this person. And whenever you go to move and do something with this information, everything is turned on its head. And this is a new idea, a new pathway The only thing that's positive about that is that you're moving fast, and you're making it sound good, and it doesn't feel like that's Cancer either. It feels like that's somebody else making excuses for themselves. And it's going to cause you to really express yourself. So, I know that this is Christmas month, and some of these good ideas, this good talk is coming in around the third and fourth week, but be very, very careful as to what it is that you believe. Someone may be coming in, male or female, and talking a good game about how they're going to help you, they're going to do this, they're going to do that. And in reality, they're only using you to leverage assistance from somebody else and using you to manipulate somebody else. Which I think is why this Page of Wands is coming in the fourth week, because everybody figures out what's going on and everything just kind of gets set on fire. So, even though this isn't coming out in a negative way, that's the vibes I'm getting off of it, and obviously this isn't for everyone. This is a general read, so take what you will from it and be safe this month, Cancers. You never know who's going to show up around the holidays, right? But thank you for tuning in. I do dailies, weeklies, and monthlies here if you would like another read. Check the channel. They're out there. And if you would like a private read, the information should be in the description box below. So have a good month and stay safe out there.